Greetings, fellow Southern Cameroonians, fellow Anglophones across the globe. Dion Ngute Chairman Capo Daniel and Campo today, this weekend. Shalom. I want to show you some news. And this is very important because if you be the doubt waiting to happen for Anglophone Cameroon, for Southern Cameroon, you be done the things say maybe you be the lost your mind or even the good heart would not show them for accommodate Francophones them, for accommodate a peaceful solution for one country, two system. If you really think, say, the Anglophone problem, they don't solve them, or you think, say, somehow, because we get problem for inside Amazonia, with this our own internal problem, we were boy, they don't turn against our people, our leader, they don't become misleaders, it don't create a social ills where it don't touch the very fiber of our society. If you really think about all these things, then this very video will be very important. This video will be very important. The most important video I put on this year, now this one. Because important things are never interesting. Important things are just there. They are just there like, wow. So, fellow Anglophone Cameroonians, because that accommodates everybody. I want you to have an open heart, an open mind. Do not judge us. Do not judge me. But reason. Consider these things. First is this article that have been published, many articles. I have not watched the videos yet. I have some few videos about the inauguration of a plant in Kribi, petrol refinery. They have inaugurated a petrol refinery in Kribi. What does this mean? What does this mean? Take a look, and at the end, you will say, wow. Wow. Naso Ibibi, c'était comme ça. If you be a francophone, I'm encouraging you to watch this video. Watch it to the end. If you are an Anglophone, Francophone, it doesn't matter. So long as you come from that Cameroon that we know now, whether you support the Anglophone struggle or you don't, I want you to watch this video to the end. First is this publication, is this inauguration ceremony, a big ceremony of inauguration about the refinery that they are building in Kribi. Watch it. So as you can see, we don't have video yet, but this is the inaugural ceremony for the refinery that is being built in Kribi. A 115 billion investment made by the Cameroon government under TRADEX. TRADEX, as you know, is the company that is building it on for the Cameroon hydrocarbonate company. That is the authority in charge of petroleum and all those type of things. They are building it over a 250 hectares site in Kribi Industrial Zone, a huge national project. They hope to store, they have a storage there for diesel, petrol, even jet fuel that will be used in the Douala airplane to airport are being built there. This is the project. You may be wondering, why am I showing you and why does it matter very much? This is the project. Now, this is the official list of those who were supposed to come there as announced by the government of Cameroon. All the big government people were there, even the representative of Pobia. Pobia sent a representative for this ceremony, a huge ceremony that took place in Kribi. Now, you have seen the inauguration of the refinery in Kribi. These things does not happen overnight. A refinery that for over 115 billion CFA is not something that just happened. They have taken time to plan it. They have taken time to organize it. It's a part of a national projection that is going on in Cameroon. Done by who? We know that the tutelage, the head who is governing that country right now is Ferdinand Gongo and his clique. We know so because we have encountered their activity during the negotiation we had here in Canada, which is something I'll come up. But I want you to remember the recent visit of Dion Ngute, the Prime Minister of Cameroon. Chief Dion Ngute. Remember when he came to Bamenda, he came to Boya. I want to play the video of the Prime Minister, Dion Ngute, so that you hear the address he gave in Boya talking about this issue of building a refinery in Kribi. Normally, we don't have a problem. The Cameroon government can build a refinery in Kribi. They can build it even in Vomeka, wherever they want. It doesn't matter. But the type of predatory investment they are doing that preys on us Southern Cameroonians, make us a fool, is the problem at huge cost. Now, listen to the Prime Minister. Listen to him.
It is high time for the right questions to be asked to the right people for the right answers. For if the region's birthright is taken away, none need to come around again.
I've heard people say that, they are going to create a refinery in Kribi. It's not true. Technically, it's not possible. 80% of the fuel that will be refined in Sonara, because now Sonara before, it was built by Total, a French concern. And Total built it in such a way that Sonara was importing sweet crude from Nigeria and refining. Sonara could not refine a liter of Cameroonian crude. You all know that. But this time they are going to reduce Sonara in such a way that the primary objective will be to refine Cameroonian crude. And anybody who tells you that it is going to be done in Kribi is lying, because 80% of the crude comes from the backwaters of Capo and Dion. The transport cost will be enormous if you have to take it to Kribi. So technically, it is not possible. But you have people who are distorting things and giving you the impression that, Sonara is finished, it's only in Kribi that they will make a crude. It is not true.
So, you have heard, that is Dion Ngute, Chief Dion Ngute, Honorable Dion Ngute, Chief of Chiefs. That is Dion Ngute, the Prime Minister of Cameroon, saying it with his own mouth, that it is not technically possible, it is not economically viable to go to Kribi to build a refinery to refine fuel, 80% of which come from Fako and Dian. The transportation costs to be transporting those crude fuel, the raw material from Fako and Dian to Kribi, is enormous.
I've heard people say that, they are going to create a refinery in Kribi. It's not true. Technically, it's not possible. 80% of the fuel that will be refined in Sonara, because by this time they are going to reduce Sonara in such a way that the primary objective will be to refine Cameroonian crude. And anybody who tells you that it is going to be done in Kribi is lying, because 80% of the crude comes from the backwaters of Capo and Dion. The transport cost will be enormous if you have to take it to Kribi. So technically, it is not possible. But you have people who are distorting things and giving you the impression that, Sonara is finished, it's only in Kribi that they will make a crude. It is not true.
It is actually still expensive to take it to the current Sonera. They want to bring it now to Kribi. That is the problem. Something that is not viable economically, but they want to do it. And the Prime Minister himself is there to tell you that it is not true. Now you have seen the inauguration ceremony. They have already prepared 250 hectares of 1,000 hectares of land for the project. It is going to have the reserve, the strategic reserve of Cameroon in Kribi. And the Prime Minister is telling you that it is a lie. Now you have seen the inauguration going on. Who is fooling who? 80% of the fuel comes from our Anglophone zone. Now they want to go and build it in Kribi. This is the Anglophone problem. Those who say they have solved the Anglophone problem should come and see this and judge from themselves. How can a Prime Minister who is an Anglophone, who they say represent us Anglophones, can be made a fool in this manner? How can they do that? And the main person who is in charge, who is doing all this thing, is Ferdinand Gongo, who, if he becomes the next president when Paul Biya will get his new mandate, if Paul Biya decides to give him the mandate, because right now, the B is under his tutelage. His clique, that include Felix Mbayu, Paul Atanji Paul, René Sadi, Mbela Mbela, Le Jeune Mbela Mbela. You have Tando Tabe. These are our own Anglophone people who are supporting him. Ferdinand Gongo is going to be the worst president for us Anglophones ever. The most worst dictator. Now he's already in charge of the Justice Ministry, in charge even of the police. The B is directly under his control. He's the one who aborted the negotiations of efforts that Paul Biya himself tried to engage in with the Prime Minister of Cameroon. So these are the people who are doing these things. The people of Owona. These are the new people who are following the France Afrique. This is the Anglophone problem. We have our industrial zone there in Tiku, in Kumba. We have industrial zone in Bamenda. There is no factory there, nothing. Now the raw material we have, instead for the government to invest in that one in our territory, they are carrying it to Kribi. The same thing happened when they were building the Chad Cameroon pipeline project, a project that was supposed to pass through Limbe, through Victoria. Every statistic showed that it should pass through Limbe, it would be cheaper. But they decided to move it to Kribi. It cost them billions and billions. We don't have problem of them investing, but when that investment takes away from us at a cost, it shows that they don't love us. They are not welcoming us. Is this the type of Cameroon that any Anglophone can accept? Is this the type of future that anybody can accept, that it is a just treatment of our people? For those who are afraid that if the Amber Boys stop fighting, it means the Anglophone problem is dead. No. This is the Anglophone problem. We must channel it and explain our case. We have a case for every Francophone to hear. We don't have to be talking to ourselves. We have made a lot of mistakes. Let's talk to Dion Ngute. Dion Ngute and all the CPDM people, government people who come to talk to us, our grassroots people, and say that there is no problem. There's no Anglophone problem. We should accept the things the way they are. They have given us a special status. Is this the type of a treatment you will give to a people? How unjust it is for you to treat us in this manner, to even treat the Prime Minister which you choose amongst us that you claim represent us, humiliating him like that. So you have been deceiving the Prime Minister. Or the Prime Minister have been deceiving us. Which one is which one? It doesn't even matter. It boils to the same thing. The whole Anglophone country population. Southern Cameroon, they cannot even make us to test from what comes from our own land. This is injustice. This is the Anglophone problem. It's the same thing this company, SAP, which is the parent company of Brasseries, owned by Pierre Castel, somebody whose money come from Omar Bongo. He's the one who is the owner of SAP, which owns Brasseries. They came. We don't mind the Francophone or the France Afrique investing in Cameroon. It doesn't matter. But when they came, what did they do? They come, they want to take away Sonera Guinness from Limbe, carry Guinness from Limbe to Douala. Then now they want to buy it over. What do? They came when they have Guinness was powerful. They have diluted it, stopped doing the advertisements in Guinness. They will dilute it and then they will kill it, stripping us from every heritage we have, because Guinness was given to us by the British people. That is where we have that tradition of drinking Guinness. They are destroying everything we have in an unjust manner. Is this fair? Is this right? Let the Francophones come and talk about it. Let the Francophones listen to our case and look whether any human being can be allowed to be treated in this manner. This is the Anglophone problem. This is the Anglophone problem. So you remember that when Coca-Cola wanted to buy Orangini, the French government objected, they rejected it because they want to protect their French interests, their own heritage. But now they are coming to do the same thing to us. What normal government will first of all allow monopoly? Brassaris is already controlling over 80% of the market. Now there's total monopoly because Kaji and those people, they make like just 10% of the market. This is the Anglophone problem, which we must put forth. We must advocate. It is not right. It is not fair. For years and years, they have been refining oil from our territory and paying loyalties to Douala. Why is it like that? Let us ask them. Dion Ngute, you said that it was a lie that they are building a refinery in Kribi. Dion Ngute, the Prime Minister of Cameroon, in video, in Boya, the former capital of West Cameroon, he said it there, that it is a lie, it is not economically viable, not a mad person would do that. So Ferdinand Gongo and the government of Cameroon, they are the mad people. Our people are not mad. They are not unpatriotic to complain. The grievances are real. The Anglophone problems is real. The justice we seek, the demands we have is for us to be treated fairly and justly. We have natural resources. 80% of those fuel comes from our territory. It should be refined in our territory because it makes economic sense. It is the right thing to do. It will empower our people proportionally to what we contribute to the country. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Have a blessed day. Shalom.